Welcome to Raw Radio.
Gary, mind-blowing episode with Rich.
Yeah, fantastic. Rich McKeegan, Manchester, Connecticut, and his journey is amazing. And
Talk about purpose in life.
Yeah, I think that's our takeaway, right? We're doing the takeaway, and he has found his purpose. And we talked about destiny last time out, or with Jimmy Pedro, and I think, this is somebody who had a different path in life up until almost 30 years old, and started making changes. And now he is giving back in a way that is just, it's really quite incredible. And he believes, that he's been put here and he took that path for a reason.
Often you hear people say, I'm too old to do this. This isn't my way. I don't have enough support. This is impossible. I'm not in a position to make these, to make these decisions or to make these changes. I can't change the world and so on. And then you have individual like Rich, who his life, on the beginning of his life, it's far from ideal, actually. He goes through some struggles and, obstacles of life. They are not easy, nor they are average in any shape or form. And then another event takes place. I'm referring to the shooting at the school, which is very nearby where he lives. And that's the same day where his child is born. And then, one would think this is a beautiful day when you get to celebrate, but yet it's shadowed with the events from nearby place. And I was like, what do you do with this? Like, I was trying to visualize as he was talking about this, how would I act? What would I do? And I have no clue.
Yeah, it's rough, right? It's supposed to be one of the happiest days of your life. You are in a hospital where you're surrounded by doctors and nurses and other people celebrating. And then, he said when he came out to talk to his parents and his in-laws, everybody was gathered around a TV, and he noticed that something odd was going on. And it was basically, it's not a shooting. It was unfortunately, it was a massacre. And it was, moments after this elation. And how can you carry that feeling with you when knowing that, all these other families have just been devastated, and that's what was going through his head. And he knew at that point that, or shortly thereafter, that he wanted to give back and he wanted to make a change. And he started with a very small idea. And I think that's something that that catches people up, is they think that these small contributions aren't big enough, so they don't do anything. And it doesn't need to be that way. It can be very small. Every little bit of giving back helps.
There's two sides of all this, right? One is the contribution itself, right? Often, just like you mentioned, often it's being said, my $1 is not going to make any difference, which is so wrong. In my opinion, every dollar makes a difference, right? If it put in the right hands and execute in the right direction, actually can make a huge impact. Think about it. If everybody gave $1, things would be much different. But there's the other side of all of this, is that whatever I'm doing, I cannot make a big impact enough. Therefore, I'm not going to do it at all. I'm meaning from the organization perspective, right? I mean, but so the Rich had one goal in mind to make an impact, and he started very small. With a patch, and then he sees the patch everywhere, all over jiu-jitsu arenas, all over TVs, it's everywhere. High caliber black belts are wearing and supporting it, and then it unfolds in this in-person event, and then it takes on kind of life of its own. And then Right now, he's done 11 or 12. I don't remember what exactly he said, but there was a dozen of them that took place. He's already organizing another one. They turned this whole thing into a nonprofit, which allows them to actually drive this organization and have federal support and other avenues to continue making impact on the kids who really, 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 really need. And it's all with this very simple idea of, I'm going to take this event and use that as motivation to make impact and help.
Yeah, and this event is a seminar, a jiu-jitsu seminar that he had. The first one had people come in for, and it was, I think he said 10 black belts on the mat. And now we're at 11 or 12 of them, and they're not all at his academy. They have, they hold them across the country. And once all this, once restrictions are down in the States, they'll be back up and running. And he took it from a small, even just designing a patch and getting it out there and selling it is kind of a big deal. But then having it grow and having him step up to the plate every time it got bigger and bigger and bigger. And now he has, I think because of his purpose and the way he handles things, his, all the legal work that needed to be done for this to be a nonprofit is being done pro bono, because people know that he's in this for the right reasons. And that's his purpose right now. And it's amazing. And if people don't know, I don't even think we've said it, have we? This is Black Belts for Butterflies. And it is a group, a nonprofit that supports kids with autism. And if you
wonder why butterflies, listen to the episode.
Yeah, I was
what an
say,
emotional part of the conversation. You really want to hear that part. We're not going to tell you exactly why. We'll make you listen to the actual show. But I agree. And I think, what's mind-blowing to me out of all of this, that he refuses to take credit for any of it. We kind of touched on this at the end of the episodes. And I think it's so important for people to, not in a selfish way, to pound their chest and carry their heads high, I've done something, but he really deserves the credit for it. All these guys, all these black belts on annual basis or even twice a year, they do these seminars and they devote their time and travel and effort and really doing good things to collect the money and get these donations and so they can contribute to this cause. But without Rich, none of this would take place. I mean, literally, this would be non-existent.
Yeah, it wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have brought our community closer together, and it wouldn't have, the financial gain from it for the charity is one thing, and it's huge, and the amount of money he's raised is wonderful and enormous. But the community it builds, the way, we're talking about a bunch of tough guys on a mat, jiu-jitsu mat, and he's breaking down those walls, the facade that we put up while at the seminar, and he's getting people to care. And he's, he said that, even if autism isn't your charity, go home, contribute to the things you care about or things that have touched your life or the lives of your family members, make a difference. And, and maybe along the way, who knows, maybe you'll find your own purpose just by doing that and putting your, it takes a little bit to put yourself out there like that, because even though when you're trying to do something like this, and you design something, you step up and you're selling it either on Facebook or, you're at your academy or wherever, there is you're putting yourself out there and you're going to be nervous about it. And that might hold people back from doing it. You're going to be worried that, I only sold 4 of them. Man, am I embarrassed and what a loser. And I can't believe I even put myself out there like that. But you know what? Take that chance. If he only sold 4 patches, that's $80 that would have went to a charity that wouldn't have gone there in the first place. And that $80 for those 4 patches has turned into over 100,000, and it's going to keep growing, and it's going to, it's going to be a big, big deal.
Yeah, and I think this is a good example of 1% change, 1% improvement. All right, from the beginning, they were not trying to change the world. They were trying to just make an impact. And these small patches turn into events and turn into this. Now they have hats, T-shirts, rash guards. There's a whole whole line of gear that they donate these profits to Black Belts for Butterflies organization, and trying to impact these kids. And again, it's all with that very humble leadership of Rich, and everything that he does, on and off the mat. And he really, I really got the sense that he wears his heart on his sleeve. Like it's
for sure. Yeah.
like it is everything. He's so transparent about all. Like it was such an honest conversation. There was no game or phase or acting, any of it. I do love the fact that he gets Red Bull before he teaches.
Well,
Should I get Red Bull before I teach?
no, no, you shouldn't. For
That was a
many
quick
reasons.
no.
Well, not to disparage any company or anything like that. Stick with the coffee. Let that be your Red Bull. Keep drinking that, even though you kind of drink it. Drink it like a man, will you? But what a
While you reach for your cup.
It's right here. But I lost my train of thought trying to be funny. But he puts himself out there. Yes, absolutely. He talked about the 2-inch stage, and listen to the episode if you want to find out what that is. We had a couple similarities in life. Him and I used to work in the service industry as well. And when you're hosting, you're at a restaurant, or you're waiting tables, or you're bartending, even if you're running food, right? You gotta put on a persona for these guests, right?
Well, even teaching, if you teach as an instructor, kids, adults, it doesn't matter. Like you do put up an acting hat. Like you are, it is a performance in a way, because you are delivering a topic to your audience. And whether it's jiu-jitsu or business presentation, or you carrying food out of the kitchen, it is a performance in a way.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the kids in our kids classes wouldn't know what a grumpy cuss I am because of the 2-inch stage that I go on when I get on the mat.
You are grumpy, that's for sure.
I am, absolutely. It's because I don't have enough coffee in my life.
Red Bull.
No. But amazing story. Really, we've gotten off topic here a little bit, but he believes that his entire life has led him to this purpose. Things happen for a reason. And everything that has happened to him has gave him a sense of purpose now, and he's running with it. It's been less than 8 years that he's been doing this. He started it as a blue belt, and he is making a huge impact in our community, outside of our community. And I think if anybody can take anything away from it is find your purpose, figure it out. I haven't done it yet. I'll be 50 soon. I'm still looking for it, but that doesn't mean you can't do good things along the way.
Yeah, they say, dream big, dream big, aim high. And I think there's a lot of value, a lot of weight behind that. I mean, without that idea, that thoughts, that dream, nothing really starts. So if you have one, go for it.
Yeah, I heard something, a quick flash on TV last night. It was the dream doesn't cost you anything. It's the hustle. So yeah, the dream doesn't cost you anything, and you can start out very small.
That's a good one.
And start out small, and don't be afraid to grow with it, and you'll find your purpose.
Check out Black Belts for Butterflies and everything that Rich is doing on his end. We'll post everything in the notes of the episode as well as our website. Go support him. He does amazing things.
Yeah, great guy. I'm so glad we made contact with him. And hopefully we'll have a black belt. I can't even talk right now. A Black Belt for Butterflies event here, because poor guy's never been to a Cubs game.
So it begins.
Yes, making changes, right? Those
Dream big.
yes, dream big. He's going to a Cubs game. I'm taking him. All
right, Gary. Great chat. On to the next one, right?
Yes, sir. We'll talk soon. Take care of yourself and peace.
All right. Later.
Thank you for listening to Raw Radio. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to leave us a review and help us make the show even more amazing. For future episodes, check out our website and follow us on all major podcast platforms. Take care.